Team's working hard to get started. This is one of those cases that really yanks at my heartstrings because this is a recurrent disc herniation, and I hate recurrent disc herniations. So this is somebody that I did a discectomy endoscopically. She did great for a while, and then her symptoms came back. She didn't do anything wrong, but she is a very high-level athlete. Now she's got this contrast-enhanced image, and you can see that dark area. That's a recurrent disc herniation, and that's all the inflammation that occurs. So we're back, and we're going to do a repeat discectomy. Hopefully she won't have bad luck twice in a row, because probability-wise, that's rare, but life doesn't work like that. So everyone praying that she gets a great result and stays that way while she gets back to all kinds of high-level activities, including boxing. Shot, save, and swap. Shot, save, and swap. Shot, save, and swap. Ooh, I like that, long time. On a revision, you have to be so careful because there's no ligament and flavum protecting you, and the dural tube is probably scarred down to any residual ligamentum flavum and the covering that tries to replace the ligamentum flavum. Okay, here's the part where I'm like Phil Mickelson with 50 million types of wedges. Here's one of my favorite instruments, custom, called the Paprika. It's an articulating curette. And I'm just gonna slowly and gingerly release this. Look at that. That's why I use the blue dye. Right there. Because it is helpful. You don't need it, but it's not a question of need. It's a question of advantage. It's a question of the difference between a gold and a silver metal by 1/1000th of a second. It is really soft and rubbery right here. And sticky. It's like actually like taking gum out of shag carpet. Now you can see the advantage of this articulating curette. You can see the edge of the dural tube. It is completely stuck down, but I'm using the back end of this curette where it's nice and rounded and delicate to nudge it over. And as I nudge it over, it releases from the scar tissue. Okay, now once the ligamentum flavum is released, you can do the pimple popping maneuver. Isn't that magical? It is going so well. God, I'm so happy. Look at that thing. It's like a little eruption. Look how floppy that is too. Finally, I've got the dural tube mobilized to the point where I can just rotate the cannula and the dural tube will sweep out of the way, and now I am surrounding this disc, and I bet you it's going to come flying out of here. And I have the regular tuitary. Watch this. This is going to be a little monster, as I suspect. You see that? Oh, I may have to take this. Can you hold this, the cannula down? I have to take the whole scope out to get this piece out.
Oh, nice.
Oh, it's like a little thing. Squeeze that. Tell us how it feels. What does it feel like?
It's like got cartilage in the middle. It's stiff in the middle.
Stiff in the middle. That's probably the cartilage
Yeah.
calcification. Rubbery, probably. With a little hint of evergreen and some thyme. I love the laser because it really fills out my toolbox. And things that the trigger flex doesn't work very well on, the laser works really well on. And things that the laser and the trigger flex don't work well on, the drill works well on, along with the mechanical instruments. And so I can use the best tool for the job, and I'm ready for anything. Because spine surgery is not like fixing a carburetor, it is human in nature. And humans are unique with complexity, and every disc herniation is a little bit different. And I want to be ready for anything. Because this is a mission to Mars. So, now for the loose piecectomy. There's a lot more loose pieces this time. I'm looking for something called a Mikey fragment. That's that fragment that is just the, you know that person at the party that just will not leave until the very end? That's what I'm looking for. Most of the time, I find something. So I'm not totally done until I'm totally done. Okay, here's one good thing. The dural tube is totally intact. That always makes me feel good. Not injuring the surrounding vital structures is always a positive. What's that right there? You little sneak. That's the dural tube. And that's the kakapoo-poo. That feels pretty good. Look at that, that's stuck to the dural tube, that little band right there. Not no more. Okay, I'm definitely done. I got all the loose pieces. That looks like a big cavity, but that is only about 7 millimeters. There's the dural tube. I can move it around all over. And I've looked around all the nooks and crannies to make sure there's no loose pieces using the pimple popping maneuver. And look at all that ligamentum flavum that's going to cover it up because I didn't have to resect it. Better lucky than good. I'm feeling good. All done. Surgeries all done. And at the risk of sounding boastful, it couldn't have gone more perfectly. That is not even all the discs. That is just the pieces that we retrieved. A bunch more just came flying out. I went to the same exact incision. The dural tube was absolutely pristine, even though it was really inflamed and stuck down. And it was one of those days where every ball landed in the fairway. You know what I'm saying? So, we're all expecting a great result and praying for a speedy recovery. So, best wishes.